the Port Adelaide supporters here are booing the umpires. They're not at all happy. Nonetheless, Port Adelaide trail by 3 points at the three-quarter time break.
Start of the last quarter. Port Adelaide 9-9, trailing on their home ground against Glenelg, 9-12 by 3 points. Johnston and Carey, the big guns. Johnston lays it down at the feet of everybody, then he picks it up and handballs it forward, but Carey, who's played a great game, he's had 32 hit-outs to all of Port Adelaide's 20. All that have been against him. O'Brien, he's got the pace. He's going to get a free kick for holding on. I think he handballed the ball forward. The umpire said he did. It's a nice throw by Scott Salisbury, who's come back onto the ground. Not moving all that well either, Scott Salisbury. He was taken off very early. Kick number 10 to Michael O'Brien. Evans on a good lead. Whoops, it's bad luck for Max Cruz as he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So Tim Evans now, 40, 50 metres from goal. Heads for the goal square. Carey's there. Players coming in from the side. Carey can't complete the mark. Knocked forward by Port Adelaide, but Gibbs is there. He's backing up well. Kicks to the half-back line. O'Brien and Grenvold. Great mark, Grenvold. McDermott, he's in everything. He's backed up, he's run. Grenvold, that's calm, particularly when you're slipping. McDermott, great kick to Hall. That is a fantastic. He's played a magnificent game, McDermott. He's been the difference between the two sides, if that's possible as one man. But his efforts across the centre have been superb. Ball spoiled away. Harvey clears for Port Adelaide.
And he clears well to Geneva. Geneva at half-back, plays it on now. Chance for Borlase as he comes across, or clash of bodies there. McDermott, Borlase. McDermott was bleeding heavily from a head wound in the third quarter. Through goes Darren Smith, out towards Anderson. He comes back onto that dangerous left boot, and then he handballs it to Borlase. A big chance, Port Adelaide. Oh, the kick is going across goal. Only a point. Oh, they needed that one. Borlase a point, Port Adelaide 9-10, Glenelg 9-12.
It's a bad miss by Darryl Borlase. It would have been a great lift at the start of this last quarter. It's a floating kick in, covering a lot of distance. Tony Hall with his magic overhead again. Then a left footer into a bit of space at centre half forward. He's covered some ground as it hits the ground. And a free kick to Stephen Curtis as he's pushed in the back. Was he pushed or did he fall? The umpire said he was pushed. Curtis. Down the centre he goes to Johnston, then runs on for the handball. Russell Johnston kicks it to centre half forward. High from behind. Ross Gibbs yet again. He's so cool, such good judgment. 25 kicks from the back pocket to Simons. Up goes Tony Simons. He was taken off in the third quarter by Coach Corns. I might ask him after the game if I have the privilege of talking with him why he did that. Russell Johnston. The back playing ruckman's caused all sorts of trouble here this afternoon for both sides. Johnson gets it to Phelps and Port Adelaide to centre wing.
Well, the running player for Port Adelaide down there was Lum. Lum took a good mark and got it out to Rowan Smith. He dropped the ball initially. Back to Lum, who slipped over. Pushed it out in front of Stephen Williams. He gets beat the ball pretty quick normally. The kick on the way towards Lowby over the top. Borlase. Here's a chance, Evans. Evans, a walk-up start here. Through it goes for his second goal. Port Adelaide in front. 10-10 to Glenelg, 9-12 on Seven's big lead.
That was a magnificent handball over the top to Tim Evans. The handball had just come to his body. Max Cruz would have got back, but the handball made him run. The ball was put about 5 metres behind him, and then when he turned, he took the ball. He was at full flight, and Max Cruz was left well in his wake. And now Port Adelaide, they've hit the lead. They've hung in there for the third quarter. They kicked badly, didn't do anything that smoothly. They find themselves suddenly 4 points in front.
Coming up on 4 minutes now. Great game here at Alberton. Port Adelaide coming back. Russell Johnston in the thick of it, in the centre, but it's McDermott again. Best man on the ground in the first 3 quarters. Oh, a bit of a push on Harvey. Harrison goes through, then he's dragged. The umpire did not see it. Running through was Woodlands. Kicked off the ground. No, a free kick. The umpire did see it, in fact. Actually, I thought he put his hand up to his eyes. I thought he was going to claim some there for a while, but no. No score. Harrison kicks out now for Port Adelaide to the outer side of the ground. Punching away there was Henwood. It goes out over the line, and we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for the Bays.
That would have been an important goal for Glenelg, that one. A little bit of luck. Never goes astray. A throw in. Henwood just laying it back to McDermott. He's everywhere, McDermott. He's even up at half forward now. Tony Hall. McDermott. Hall put him under a bit of pressure there. That was a bad handball. Salisbury spoiling away from Anderson. Anderson getting back quickly. Rowan Smith. He knows where to kick it. Finds a bit of space. Michael O'Brien's there. Away he goes. He keeps playing on. He's got some pace. Grenville's got him though. It's a good competition. Good kick to half forward. Darren Smith coming in. Over his head. Borlase can't take it. McFarlane. Carey. Glenelg coming up. Rowan Smith's up there. He's backed up. He's tackled pretty high, but he's going to be caught holding the ball. And the free kick will go to Glenelg on centre wing.
Michael Murphy, the tackler, puts it out to the lead of Henwood. He gets under the ball. Didn't have a lot of it, but he's going to be paid the mark. Against Phelps. Phelps stands the mark now, and Henwood's just the attack side of centre wing. Tony Simons leads. Henwood goes towards that player, but Johnston will mark that. The only man who went for it. It's taken 14 big marks. 6 minutes into the last quarter. Port Adelaide by no means out of this game. They lead by 4 points. Now Rowan Smith. He was tackled on the kick, but it paid off. It went to Darren Smith. Lowby ran past for the handball. Darren Smith will have to play on now. Oh! Didn't have football vision there. Didn't know where he was. The tackle's applied and there'll be a bounce. Oh. Would help to have eyes in the back of your head. Russell Ebert emphasised to his players at three-quarter time, as he still is. I hope you can read lips out there. He emphasised them that a loss here and they could drop to 7. A win and they could put 2 games between themselves and the Bays. The Salisbury kick went straight to Harrison, and he's got the job on Simons. Leslie flanks him, but Harrison goes short. Whoop. Those kicks have to be accurate. If they're not, it's curtains.
I think that's why Port Adelaide are a bit up and down at the moment in their form. They take a bit of a chance with their kicks. They had 2 players on centre wing on their own then. They're in front up here. Borlase can't take. Nice ball away by McFarlane. Grenvold. Henwood in front. Ball away by Phelps. Reid. Woodlands. Tried to go back before he had it. Johnston puts a finger on it. That's all. Reid gets it back from Henwood. The kick to Copping's good. He can't complete the mark. Coming in quickly, Harvey for Port Adelaide. He throws it out. A little bit lucky there not to be caught for throw. Umpire saying pick it up and play on. Leslie looking for a free kick. No backup play to help him. The goal is scored. Glenelg 10-12. Port Adelaide 10-10 as Stephen Copping kicks his 3rd goal. Into the last quarter, Johnston and Carey. Carey getting it down to McDermott's foot must be falling off. He's kicked it into half forward again. Tony Simons into full forward. It's a long kick. Seabohm with an opportunity. Tries to body it. He can't do that. Curtis. He leaves it for Leslie. Leslie looking for Curtis again. He gets a bad bounce. Harvey's got to go again. He's after Philip Reid. Reid left that ball alone. Nord picked up on Glenelg last week in the last quarter. Glenelg will be very keen to make sure that that form doesn't occur again today. Henwood and Johnston. Johnston tapping it out. Leslie finds a bit of space ahead of Rowan Smith. Awkward bounce. Tony Hall takes it. Handball across to McDermott. Long handball to Salisbury. That's a good handball. Gave him a bit of a chance. And he's kicked the goal. So Glenelg go to 1 goal, 2 in front. Salisbury's first goal. 11-12 to 10-10 on Sevens big lead.
Well, a good movement there. Tony Hall involved, and also Salisbury and McDermott. The handball wide to Salisbury was the right way to go. Salisbury's kick was a floater, but it floated truly to put the Bays back in, well, keep the Bays in front by now 8 points. Can Port Adelaide rally and get back into this game?
Russell Johnston, yet again with Peter Carey. Carey's been in there all day. What a great game he's played. His bulk's been important. Ginniver trying to get the kick away, can't do so. Port Adelaide player there, their own side, completely who it was. Now the handball from Stringer goes to Kernahan. This is where he played well on the outer side in the second quarter. Up to full forward. Seabohm has the ball fisted away by Harvey. Leslie coming in and knocking it out of bounds just in the forward pocket, about 40 metres around from the Glenelg goal.
Well, the Bays have got back that lead, and there's no doubt that the northern end has been the scoring end in this game. Port Adelaide got 6 with it in the first quarter. Glenelg kicked 4-7 with it in the second quarter. The handball comes out from Johnston. Arlen Kennedy gets rid of it. Stephen Curtis fell down, and the umpire's going to pay him a free kick. He's copping one across the shoulder when he was on hands and knees. Bit of a chance with that one to Williams. Williams puts it out in front of Phelps. Oh, got a shocking bounce there, Jeffrey Phelps. He doubles back though. The kick forward falls to the feet of Borlase. Oh, he picked it up brilliantly. He's a good player, Borlase. Gives Lowby a chance. Lowby in front, couldn't mark the ball. He's over the top of it though, and the umpire will bounce it. On the half-forward line of Port Adelaide, they certainly need a score. We're 11 minutes in, and Port trailing by 8 points. Peter Carey, best ruckman on the ground. It comes out now toward Darren Smith, who's fallen out of the game since the first quarter. Borlase. Anderson pushed off the ball pretty easily there, and out goes McDermott again. Kicks over the shoulder. Stephen Williams. 3 Port Adelaide players there, and the umpire's going to pay Stephen Williams a free kick for a high tackle.
He's on centre wing. Kick number 10. Started off very well the first quarter, then fell out of it a little. That's a good kick up to the half-forward line. Carey's back there, claims the mark. Calm as you like. Players leading up the other side of the ground. Port Adelaide in defence pretty good out there. McDermott in short near the boundary line. 25 kicks. He and Gibbs, they've been big kick winners. High, Johnston in front, off hands. Phelps trying to get back, he finally does, picks it up, the big fellow. They're always a bit slower. Henwood coming in quickly, kicks it forward. Harvey's there, he's held on to, and he'll take the free kick at half back for Port Adelaide. It's a bit of space down the other side of the ground. We're 12 minutes into the last quarter. The game's been set up for this quarter to be an exciting one. They've been hammer and tong all day. No one able to get it ahead of the other side. Johnston to Kennedy. Kennedy to half forward. The ball floating over the top. Grenville gets a hand to it. Stringer. Stringer finds some space where Woodlands and Kernahan are both waiting. And Woodlands cannot keep it in, would you believe? Oh, frustration.
Certainly was. He was way out on his own then, Woodlands. He had a space of about 70 metres in front of him if he could have kept it in. Johnson goes for the left hand. It's Salisbury, though, in there. Back to Carey. Wayne Stringer, a long handball to Woodlands was very good. He saw the running player in Hall and gave it straight to him. So Hall's got it at right half-forward flank. Glenelg's movement through half-forward still better than Port Adelaide's. Seabohm leads. Tony Hall's 13th kick. Didn't find a Glenelg player. Plenty of body work down there. Curtis. Anderson. He'll kick Port Adelaide out of trouble. Up to centre wing. Darren Smith. Gee, Glenelg players everywhere as Murphy goes through. Shrugs the tackle there of Anderson. Puts it out into the pocket. Harvey couldn't mark the ball. Woodlands kicking off the ground there was Harrison. It went straight to Williams. Port Adelaide out of trouble. Borlase a chance at half forward if the ball sits. Oh, he got through one. Carey with a desperate run. Can't stop him. O'Brien's on his own. Evans comes in, but O'Brien's got it. Centre half forward. He found him. O'Brien has not moved, but I'm sure he will. When you've got the ball, it's a bit like a Vicks powder. It makes you feel a lot better. Oh, I tell you what, he's a bit wobbly. But what courage. O'Brien stood his ground as the ball came around from Borlase. He stood his ground and took the mark, but the boy's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble, and we do hope that it's not serious there with Michael O'Brien. Tim Evans may, in fact, be awarded this kick. Yes, it's going to Tim Evans. O'Brien cannot take the kick, and the umpire has awarded a 15-metre penalty by the look of it. Or possibly 10 metres now. I don't know what that was about, but Tim Evans has got the ball. That's his third goal. Port Adelaide back to within 2 points of the Bays, and we do hope that all is okay with Michael O'Brien.
Yes, I'm sure he's okay. He's just been winded. It's a very solid bunt. There was nothing untoward in the way the bodies met. Most players come up pretty well after that. Probably hit his head on the ground. But he stood his ground very well with Michael O'Brien. That was a great bit of play through the half-forward line by Darryl Borlase, as he just kept the ball clear, and a terrific attempt by Peter Carey. How he found the juice to get up there, but he had no one backing him up, and Port Adelaide were able to take advantage of it and get the ball forward for that mark to be taken.
Well, a great game here at Alberton Oval as Port Adelaide makes its bid. They certainly want a spot in that 5. Smith on the ball now. He copped an injury out of that exchange. Players in there bottling it up. Oh, Smith's in trouble. Glenelg has not won 2 consecutive games this year. Now Smith in a bit of trouble in there. Kerrison getting ready to come on, and the Port runners on the ground. He was sent off the ground in the 3rd quarter. Ginnivan, very slick. Smith is sore. He really is. Tyler's out there at half-forward flank. Murphy's right with him. Murphy very, very solid. His attack on the ball was good. And the umpire will come in and bounce it.
Very competitive now. Some players were lacking a little bit of dash and urgency for 3 quarters. They're all in it now. They realise how important this game is. Johnston trying to knock the ball back. McDermott getting a hand to it. Stay away, Ginnivan. He's done a few nice. He looks as though he was legged then. Umpire not interested. Play on. McDermott fires out a long handball. David Kernahan into the centre half forward area. Martin Leslie at full stretch. He's paid the mark. I think he'd be counting himself perhaps a little lucky then. The kick's good to Harrison. Harrison takes the mark. He's got a bit of pace. Not a bad kick either. He just drops in a short one. Peter Carey starting to feel the pinches. Johnson staying with him. I think this might be a good move. Carey's been loose on his own across that half-back line all day, and I think that's been the problem that Port Adelaide have suffered. They haven't been able to go through because of the loose man. The kick's a beautifully placed kick. Darryl Borlase. Is he too far out? 50 metres. Peter thinks so. Well, the crowd, they're not saying much at the moment. They're all holding their breath. Kick number 16. Very high. Got the distance all right, but he was too far out because he had to drag it a little bit to get that distance. 11 goals, 11 now. Port Adelaide, they're trailing Glenelg by 1 point, who are 11-12.
Well, the Max Cruz kick comes to grandstand side. Stephen Williams gets in front. Ross Gibbs, in fact, kicked it. And the free kick will go to Tony Hall for interference. It's been a marvellous player. Simons leads. Port Adelaide put defenders everywhere. Oh, Russell Johnson against Harrison on that occasion. Not good teamwork there as Lowby scouts beautifully. Anderson wants it, but Lowby goes long to a nest of Glenelg players. O'Brien was interfered with. It's his free kick. Salisbury just perhaps unintentionally clipped him across the side of the face as Borlase runs in, holds his ground, comes back to that play now. Garton right on boundary line, and the ball goes over. 12 the Bays. Smith off, he's injured. Lums onto the ground. Carey in front, slams the ball down towards McDermott. Gibbs and McDermott, Glenelg's best players, along with Peter Carey. Away goes Murphy. Lum with pace, tried to get to him. Here's a chance, John Harvey. He lines it up. The kick on the way. Here's a great kick, John Harvey. It's rolled through. The halfback's got his first goal. Port Adelaide in front. 12-11. Glenelg 11-12 on Seven's big lead. Plenty of Port Adelaide fans here. Russell Johnson again gets it down. Carey on the rebound though. He floats one out towards centre wing. Grenvald's got a bit of pace. The kick around the corner may go out on the full. In fact, it has. And Harrison will take the relieving free kick. He's picked his game up a lot, Harrison. I thought that Simons was going to get right on top of him early. Simons has played well with 2 goals, but Harrison now with his 16th kick. We're coming up on 20 minutes. Oh, Hall's going to eat that. Rowan Smith stands the mark. Copping is yelling for the ball to come down long and high. Copping's in front. The punch away comes. Woodlands with a handball out. Wasn't that good. Oh, Harvey put it down. Woodlands again onto the left boot, but he's offline with it. Tony Simons is saying, why didn't you handball that one to me? I was on my own. So Port Adelaide 12-11, Glenelg 11-13.
Harvey to the outer side. Carey coming in behind Johnston. Puts up one hand. Ball taken off hands well. Kicked in the air by David Kernahan. Simons in front. Harrison from behind. He fished out of bounds. So we'll see the play started again about 10 metres around from the Glenelg goal. 4 points the difference. Port Adelaide in front. They've had 23 shots to 24 to the Glenelg. So there's been nothing in it in the scoring department. Phelps comes in from behind. He just crashes it clear wildly in flat. Gives McDermott the opportunity. Kernahan to the square. Players setting themselves. Offhand it comes. Stephen Williams up there. He just taps it forward. Hall coming through. Great take. Tries. Woodlands has it smothered. There's players everywhere. Anderson, the crowd rise into the wing area. O'Brien and Grenville, one out. Grenville, well done. Put a hand on O'Brien, holds ground, then falls. And there'll be a bounce on centre wing. Both of those players absolutely exhausted.
Yes, they are, Robert, and it certainly has been a great contest between the two of them too, because they're very pacey. They're ball players, and odds just about even there. David Marshall getting ready to come back on for the Bays. Desperation stakes now. The Carey pass was brilliant. Reid put it up forward to Copping. The lead is on from Tony Hall. The Copping kick finds him. Hall's got it at centre half forward. Woodlands off. Marshall on. The difference, 4 points. 22 minutes coming up. Tony Hall with his 15th kick. Is he too far out to score? He certainly isn't. What a brilliant kick, Tony Hall. A great kick at goal, his second goal. The Bays back in front now. 12-13 to Port Adelaide, 12-11.
Well, Stephen Copping was at his wits about him as that loose ball came in. It was a quick kick forward by Peter Carey. He took the mark, quickly ran on down behind the mark to give himself a free leg. Hall read it immediately. Out he came. And the kick from Copping was good. So Tony Hall scores. And Port Adelaide now trailing by 2 points on Sevens Big League.
And the Magpies come back. Carey, what a brilliant performer all day. Trying to run it out was Reid, but he couldn't. Players in everywhere. Pushing and shoving, and the umpire will have another bounce. Well, Carey's has been a fantastic performance. He's been on the ball virtually all day for the Bays, and he's still there. He's getting tired, but he managed to drag that one back towards Marshall. Marshall is caught. Oh, he dropped the ball. The umpire didn't see it that way, and he's going to bounce it.
Good tackle by Rowan Smith. Very simple to push David Marshall in the back, and he actually held him up a little bit then. The umpire choosing just to let the ball go and play on. Johnston and Carey. Carey just knocking it backwards then. Anderson gets in there quickly, gives it to Johnston. It's good reflex. McDermott. Ball flicks around, sends it wide. He can't do anything wrong. Reid in short. Seabohm with the pace. It's tapped away from him by Harvey though. Harrison. He's away. Way to the outer side. Kernahan makes position best though on the rebound play. It'll be the second time Harrison's kicked at the opposition. Kernahan, well done. He comes in long and strong to full forward. Player says Seabohm from behind. He can't take it. Hall's there. Seabohm recovering. But Phelps for Port Adelaide. Into some space. They're still not out of trouble, Port Adelaide. Phelps runs on and gets it again. Two players up there having a bit of a fight. Murphy and Tyler. Murphy it is. No one can take the mark. 24 minutes. What a fight. Henwood, Salisbury, Carey. He's cool, but he's missed the body of Salisbury. Salisbury, oh, he's nearly kicked an underground past everybody. That would have been the goal of the year. Glenelg 12-14, Port Adelaide 12-11.
I think he thought he was playing soccer. The kick out now towards Rowan Smith, punched away on that occasion by the Bay player in Salisbury. The umpire's given Rowan Smith a free kick. Not happy with the Salisbury spoil. I think the umpires have been watching a bit of TV this week. The kick from Rowan Smith. Up towards centre wing. Carey slams away again. Close to the line. No, O'Brien tried to keep it in, but it didn't stay in. There'll be a throw in right in front of our commentary position here at Alberton Oval. 3 points in it. Coming into time on now. There won't be a great deal of time on in this game. McDermott's been outstanding. The Reid kick knocked Carey over. The crowd pretty happy about it. That's holding the ball, and Rowan Smith will take a free kick. he was aware of that free kick. He wasn't aware of the previous one. 13 kicks, Rowan Smith. Kicks it up now to a big pack of players. Carey, Garton, Reid. He's dispossessed. Players all over the body. And Robert, I think it's going to be pretty hard for goals to be scored at this point because there's so many players around the ball.
Bit of skill required here, Peter. Someone's going to get his hands and get a quick handball out to a player who's prepared to find a bit of energy. Where he's going to find it from, I don't know. They're all pretty tired. Jennifer decides to drop it onto the boot and get it out of the pack. Ball ace is up there, and it runs out of bounds just ahead of he and John McFarlane. Port Adelaide at 12-11, 83. Glenelg at 12-14, 86. We're on centre wing, just slightly towards the Port Adelaide end of the ground. Stephen Williams coming back. He takes possession. This is an important kick. He's gone across the ground. It's a good one to rebound if Glenelg can get it. Forward it goes. Marshall puts in strongly. Port Adelaide through Tyler. Now Arlen Kennedy's leg. Umpire says play on. Thank you very much, says Stephen Kernahan. Straight into Seabone. Great kick. John Seabone. Easy distance for him. It's ducked though. Should I say easy? But that's a great mark to John Harvey as he just saves the day. John Seabone's kick not good.
No, and in fact, Glenelg's kicking at goal in this last quarter hasn't been good. Salisbury, with the previous one, went underground, and that was a floater also from Seabone. Tony Hall has to come back on the mark as Martin Leslie puts Port Adelaide forward again, and the Magpies' desperation stakes at the moment. Wayne Stringer there, nowhere to go. The tackling is good, and the umpire will bounce it. 27 minutes gone. The goal scored in this last quarter so far, Robert, 6 altogether, so probably only a couple of minutes to go, perhaps a minute and a half, 2 minutes. McDermott again shoots the handball out. Over the top went Kernahan. Out it comes now, the running player Marshall. His kick is brilliant. He centres it. The man in front, Seabone, got there. Finally, David Harvey. He'll run it clear for Port Adelaide. Here goes Curtis. He's got a bit of a paddock in front of him. He goes short into the centre of the ground. Grenbold! Big mark, Grenbold. Oh, what a magnificent interception by David Grenbold.
We mentioned a bit earlier about the kick over the back, Peter. Port Adelaide, they get into this habit of kicking that short pass. It is interceptable.
Certainly is, and it certainly hurt them today. It's centre half forward now, over the top, Tony Simons. He's brilliant if he gets it. Oh, Harvey's handball was soft. Here they go again through Phelps. In trouble now, Port Adelaide. Reid's got the ball out there. In goes Arlen Kennedy. Big super Carey, casual as you like. Hall's in front. He'll mark it. No doubt about that. One of the best aerialists in our competition, probably the best. He's taken 16 big marks today, Tony Hall, and that kick from Carey was spot on. You back him in too, because he's a very good kick. The Bays lead by 3 points. This is his 18th kick. He's had a big day. That's dead centre. Brilliant game, Tony Hall. That's his 3rd goal. Glenelg 13-14 to the Magpies 12-11.
I think it is fitting in many respects that it should be Peter Carey that did that. Oh, so cool. When he took possession of the ball, instead of running and panicking, sidestepped, set himself, looked, and Hall was ready to receive, and he got it. Accurate as you like. It was a great pass by the big fellow, and of course under pressure, Tony Hall responding for Glenelg. He's kicked the goal, and I think that might have done the job.
Well, Russell Johnson is there, and in fact it's Craig Lum, the Russell Johnson lookalike. Carey for the backhander again. Lowby slams it towards centre half forward. A pack of players again, and the umpire will bounce it. Well, it's been a brilliant game of football, very tight all day. Tim Evans, that's the man that they'll aim for if they get a chance to run it through half forward. But Max Bruce has done well on him, limiting him to 3 goals. And bear in mind, the last one was only his because O'Brien couldn't take the kick. Kernahan, Stringer, a chance now as they go forward. A big leap out there, Harvey. The umpire has seen a free kick, and then we'll go to Martin Leslie. The siren's gone. The Glenelg bench there, relief I think more than anything else. The Bays have won it, 13-14 to Port Adelaide, 12-11. A 9-point victory to Glenelg on Seven's big lead from Alberton Oval. Yes, there it is, 13-14 to 12-11, a 9-point victory, as we said. Hall, Copping and Seabone got 3 each for Glenelg. For Port Adelaide, Evans 3, Lauby and Borlase 2 each. After the game, Robert Oatey spoke with coach Graham Corns.
Graham, what was the most pleasing part of the game today as far as you were concerned?
Hearing the final siren. Well, you can't hear that well. It's very soft down here. Oh, no, the pleasing part is that we, after a very poor start, in which Port Adelaide really just came out and brushed us aside and played enthusiastic, desperate football, that we were able to get ourselves back into gear, claw back into the lead and hold it. And in a very close last quarter, where it could have gone either way, we just were able to maintain our composure a little bit and use the ball a little bit better towards the end.
Peter Marker and I both thought that Peter Carey's return in the ruck, we haven't seen him since he's been back in there for the whole game. We thought he worked very well and did a good job.
Well, so did I. And last week he played well, not quite as well as he played today. I thought he really controlled the ball in the air and around the packs, and he got his share of marks, and as well as that, he provided that extra defensive line.
Yes, we know that the league, of course, is having a look at that controversial Rule 15-4 it is, under which Alan Stringer was carpeted last week, and I suppose that there might have been a few people around town today with their pads and biros out, jotting down little bits and pieces that they have seen in the replay this evening. I don't know what you think about it, whether you should be able to look at a replay and have a player reported. Perhaps there was an incident in this replay that you didn't like. We might talk about the Peter Carey-Harrison incident on World of Sport tomorrow, not with a view to perhaps putting the kibosh on a Glenelg player, but just with a view to highlighting the problems that we consider with that particular rule, Rule 15-4. We'll have more after the break.